Better be.
Can I start? There I was, sitting in front of my desk at home while the clock struck midnight. Schoolwork piling up as high as the Empire State Building. I was sad. I was stressed, and I was exhausted. I had no energy in me to do anything because I was so tunnel visioned on school. Loneliness had crept into my life, even though I had all these people around me. Sorry. Loneliness had crept into my life, even though I had all these people around me. I had stopped putting effort into the things that actually mattered and slowly started losing myself within the process. See, no one tells us about time management and proper work-life balance in high school, so when I got here this fall semester, everything hit me like a wall of bricks. I had to balance peers, partners, and parents, all while focusing on school, work, and most importantly, myself. It seemed impossible. The unhealthy work-life balance is taking over like a plague, infecting the lives of many different generations by negatively impacting both their physical and mental health. Yet no one cares to shine a light on the issue at hand and the effects that come with it. Having lived an unhealthy work-life balance, I know a few things about it. And according to Insights West, 56% of Canadians live an unhealthy work-life balance, which means that at least half of you here, if not more, know exactly what I am talking about. So that's why today I'll be speaking about the sustainability of the work-life balance by explaining what the problem is, the effects that come with it, and how to properly solve it. An unhealthy work-life balance is when you put all of your time and effort into work and everything else doesn't get anything. Your sole focus is work, and everything else gets put to the side. An article done by Management Study Guide states that an unhealthy work-life balance is the imbalance between your work life and your personal life. I find that the unhealthy work-life balance starts once you get a ton of different work-related responsibilities. That, combined with poor time management, results in the commencement of an unhealthy work-life balance. According to Business News Daily, there are three main causes of an unhealthy work-life balance: the increase in work-related responsibilities, the increase in personal-related responsibilities, and the increase in work hours. I found myself in this abyss when I got here this fall. There were these pressures pushing me into the abyss. Pressures from home, pressures from school, and pressures from work, all pushing us into the abyss that we find ourselves in. Now that I've told you about the problem, let me tell you about the effects of an unhealthy work-life balance. An unhealthy work-life balance has countless of negative effects that affect both your physical and mental health. According to an article in Forbes, chronic stress is one of the most common health issues when it comes to an unhealthy work-life balance, and that it can lead to hypertension, digestive troubles, chronic aches and pains, and even heart problems. And as well, it can impact your mental health because it is linked to higher risk of depression, anxiety, and insomnia. An unhealthy work-life balance also has an impact on your relationships. Due to the fact that all of your effort has gone into work, you forget to put effort into relationships. Therefore, it causes damages that you do not intend. The people that have been there for you since day one, the people who make you laugh, the people who make you smile, all gone because the effort is gone. According to an article in the Cron, if you're always working and always heavily stressed, you may not be able to give your spouse, children, or friends the time that they need. During my time in the unhealthy work-life balance, I was a completely different person, both physically and mentally. Physically, I'd lost a lot of weight and I dropped down to 185 pounds. And mentally, my personality was completely different. I went from the happy and funny guy to the sad and quiet guy. I isolated myself completely in hopes that it would help, which it didn't. Days didn't feel like days. Days felt like continuous loops, and I never got out of it. I couldn't sleep at night. I could not stop thinking. I wouldn't step foot outside as if it were some sort of nuclear wasteland. I found myself in this horrible mental state, and I thought that I would not be able to get out of it, sort of like being in a tunnel with no light at the end. So now that I've told you about both the problem and the effect, let me tell you about the solution. The effects I mentioned previously can have a gruesome impact on both your physical and mental health. And it's important to fix them as soon as possible because it not only affects you, but it affects those around you. There are many different ways to fix this problem. And according to Health Essentials, disconnecting from work when you are home, knowing that it's okay to take a break every once in a while, putting yourself first, and finally, if it gets out of hand, seeking professional help. To get out of the toxic balance that I was in, I'd start putting me first. I went outside. I did things that I enjoyed. I took care of myself because I am the most important thing in my life. Just remember that I always comes before you in the alphabet. But just remember that the unhealthy work-life balance is like a black hole. Once you stop giving in that effort, it is able to suck you right back in. So, to sum it all up, today I spoke to you about the problem of an unhealthy work-life balance, the negative effects that come with it, and how to properly fix an unhealthy work-life balance. With all the negative impacts that come with an unhealthy work-life balance, it would be absolute nonsense not to make a change. Finding a perfect work-life balance because it will help you, it will positively impact your personal life, it will positively impact your work life, and it will positively impact those that you love.